Trump administration's ambitious deportation plans face critical legal hurdles. In a series of landmark legal rulings over the past several weeks, the Trump administration has suffered significant blows to its efforts to dramatically expand migrant deportations. Federal courts, from a district judge in Washington, D.C., to a conservative-leaning appeals court, have issued decisions that challenge the administration's authority and methods, citing fundamental due process concerns and a misapplication of long-dormant laws. These setbacks cast a shadow on the administration's campaign promise to carry out mass deportations and underscore the judiciary's role in checking executive power. One of the most impactful decisions came from U.S. District Judge Jacob, who temporarily blocked the administration's plan to broaden the use of expedited removal. This policy allows for the fast-track deportation of undocumented migrants without a hearing before an immigration judge. While traditionally applied to those apprehended within 100 miles of the border and who have been in the U.S. for less than 14 days, the administration sought to expand this authority to anyone in the country for up to 2 years, regardless of where they were detained. Judge Cobb's ruling was a forceful defense of constitutional protections. In her opinion, she wrote that the administration's skimpy process risked violating the Fifth Amendment's guarantee of due process. Were that right, not only non-citizens, but everyone would be at risk, she stated, highlighting the broader implications of allowing the government to sidestep established legal procedures. The decision effectively put a halt to a key component of the administration's plan to ramp up deportations and underscored the necessity of due process for a population that has been living and working in the country for an extended period. Judge Cobb had also, in a separate but related ruling earlier this month, blocked the administration from using expedited removal against hundreds of thousands of immigrants who had legally entered the U.S. under humanitarian parole. Simultaneously, a federal appeals court delivered another major legal defeat. The Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, often seen as one of the nation's most conservative appellate courts, ruled in a 2-1 decision that the administration could not use a little-known 18th-century wartime law to deport people it accused of being members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. The administration had sought to use the 1798 Alien Enemies Act, which grants the president expansive powers to detain and deport citizens of hostile nations during a time of war or an invasion or predatory incursion. The appeals court panel, however, rejected the administration's argument, concluding that the activities of a criminal gang did not amount to the kind of predatory incursion the law was designed to address. The majority opinion, authored by a George W. Bush appointee and joined by a Biden appointee, stated, "A country's encouraging its residents and citizens to enter this country illegally is not the modern-day equivalent of sending an armed, organized force to occupy, to disrupt, or to otherwise harm the United States." This decision effectively blocked a key part of the administration's strategy to use a wartime statute for what the court determined to be a peacetime immigration issue. These rulings come amidst a flurry of legal challenges to the administration's immigration agenda. In a separate case, a federal appeals court also blocked the administration's plan to end temporary protected status, TPS, for some 600,000 Venezuelans. This series of judicial rebukes has put the administration on the defensive, as its aggressive immigration policies face a sustained legal pushback from immigrant rights organizations like the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, and others. The administration has vowed to appeal these decisions, setting the stage for a potential showdown at the Supreme Court that will likely have profound implications for the future of immigration law and due process rights in the United States.